What's up, Glenwood, and welcome to another edition of The Rush. As always, I'm Danny Fry. In this episode, we bring you basketball highlights from the County Market Winter Classic. Also, some highlights of how the girls basketball team did against 19-1 Springfield High. Also, wrestling senior night in GBA. But right now, let's get the show started with boys basketball assistant coach Moomey here to be a guest anchor for these County Market Classic highlights. And overall, how do you think your team performed in the Classic 5 games?
I thought we played pretty well. We would have liked to have got one or two more, obviously. We played both Jacksonville and Lincoln real tough, but we just couldn't quite get it done there in the fourth quarter. But I thought overall we made a lot of progress during the week, and at this point of the season, that's really what we're looking for, is trying to move it in the right direction.
Now let's see how you guys did against Lincoln last Friday night against the Railers. Really helped having Cole Harper back in the lineup, and he'll start the game with a nice floater from the baseline, Coach.
Yeah, he gives us a lot of stability, a good ball handler, rebounding and scoring, does everything.
A guy who does almost everything for Lincoln is Max Cook, a three from the right wing there. He beat you guys the first time.
Lincoln's really a good team, and he hit some big shots in this game. The big problem with Lincoln is they just don't have any kind of weakness. All five of their players can score. They can all handle the ball, and of course they always play defense. At
the end of the quarter, Glenwood made it interesting with an offensive rebound and then Ethan Hunt with the floater, and here's Fuchs in the lane. He did a lot for you guys in the Lincoln game.
It seemed like we maybe had 3 or 4 of those last second shots throughout the tournament, which that's always nice, gives you a little momentum and kind of gets the other team a little down when that happens. Lincoln came back and did it to us at the end of the third quarter, but we hit some big shots at key times.
And Gavin Block, number 22 for Lincoln, he hit a three from the corner, the MVP of the tournament. Joey Olden hit a three, and then Daniel Helm took some questionable shots, but that one ended up falling the jump hook, and then Lincoln able to get to the basket on you guys and led by a good amount at half.
Yeah, and that's the problem Lincoln presents. You have to get out on shooters because, as I said, all their players can hit threes, so you find yourself running at shooters, and you're going to give up a layup every once in a while because of having to do that. And, again, they just don't have any weaknesses that you can really take advantage of.
Ever since the Jacksonville game, Tyler Brown was shooting lights out. He hit back-to-back threes, but then Lincoln and number 4, Tyler Horcham, was able to finish you guys out. Final score, Lincoln 44, Glenwood 33. Block, the tournament MVP, had 21 points, 13 rebounds, and Harper led the Titans with 8 points and 4 rebounds. Coach, then you guys had to get up for the Saturday morning game, which at 11:30 against Highland. And describe playing those early games if you take a look at the graphic here and how you guys end up doing.
Well, it's okay for me. I'm a morning person. I'm always up early and had my coffee and ready to go. But I think the players, it's a tough game Friday night. And, of course, everybody in this tournament's the same position. Everybody played Friday night. I don't know if Highland stayed or had to travel, but there were some disadvantages there too. But we didn't play very well throughout this game, really. We kind of got in desperation mode in the fourth quarter, and the kids did a great job of getting some steals and converting, and especially at the free throw line. We were aggressive going to the basket, which is something we wanted to work on, and ultimately that won us the ball game at the free throw line.
Glenwood you guys were down a good 12 points in the fourth quarter, able to rally back and win by 5. Thanks to Craig Fuchs, 22 points, and McAdams also helping out the cause. And now, then you had to go take on Taylorville in the night game, a much better Tornadoes team. Let's take a look at the highlight. Glenwood and the Tornadoes, and Daniel Helm, Peyton Allen there, and describe what Peyton was able to do watching you guys, and he'll be back, a rough timetable, and he'll be back because he was out with mono.
Yeah, we have no idea when that might be. I think right now it's just getting him healthy so he can get back to school, first of all, on a full-time basis, and then we'll kind of go from there and see if he's able to do anything physically and get back ready for basketball. But yeah, I'd say it was just good. He was there at the game Wednesday night, and by Saturday night you could see he looked a lot better at that point.
Number 14 for Taylorville, Kyle Willauer. He scored the first 9 points for Taylorville, but from then on out, Glenwood Daniel Helm able to get offensive rebounds and puts that one off the glass.
Yeah, Daniel really helped us. He's aggressive, he's physical, and he can finish down there on the baseline. And we switched Tyler Brown onto Willauer, and Tyler's been our defensive stopper. He's really turned into that this year, and once again, he was able to really lock him up the rest of the game, and he's been doing that pretty much on a nightly basis for us.
Pulled up jumper for number 10, Grant Livingston, and then Cole Sheedy there, and one, tied at 23 at halftime, and Taylorville had it going there with an and one, an offensive putback there for Livingston, but then you guys really turned on Cole Harper, nice turnaround jumper.
Yeah, we made a couple of adjustments, gave him a little bit of room, and made them spread their zone out a little bit. And again, I think the fact that we've had so many different people play during the year, it helped by this point of the tournament. We're able to play 7 or 8 guys there in the first half and kind of wear them down.
One of those freshmen, Ethan Hunt, he hit a 3, and then of course Helm inside, he had 24. Willauer had the first 9, but only ended up with 11 in the 13-point Glenwood 58-45 win. And now tonight against Lanphier, some Friday night basketball against the Lanphier Lions, a team you lost to earlier at home by 11. And what are you guys looking for in the rematch besides Larry Austin, number 2?
Yeah, he's a key. I mean, the game plan's always the same for Lanphier. You got to cut down on your turnovers, and you got to make shots against him. You got to get to the basket and score. Can't miss easy layups. They're a team that relies on runs. If you have those turnovers and take bad shots, they get out and run. Especially Austin, when he gets out there and runs, he's almost impossible to contain. So we have to take care of the basketball and make layups and get back on defense.
All right, thanks, Coach, for your time. And now the Titans again will head to Lober Nika Gym tonight, 7:45, for a rematch with Lanphier. Last Thursday, the Lady Titans headed to the West Gym to welcome in the 19-1 Springfield High Senators. Let's take a look at the highlight footage courtesy of GCNN Live Sports. And right off the bat, Titans able to get the ball out to Julin, an easy bucket right off the bat. Titans were able to lead 5-2 early on, but that lead would not stick. Here's a 3 from Rosen, Julia Rosen, and she hits it for Springfield High, and that gave them a 16-7 lead. Senators were not done there. Kiera Ware drains a 3 from the right wing, and Springfield all around, but down 23-8. Kelly Graves steps in front of that pass, and she gets 2 of her 5 points there off the glass and good. And there's a 3 from Julin to make it 28-15, but the Titans were just running 2 behind. Eventually, Ashton Williams, leading scorer in this game with 16. She picks up the offensive rebound and is able to put it back for Springfield High. Titans tried to have good defense, but Springfield High just shot too well. There's another tray there in the 4th quarter. Lady Titans, though, trying to make it interesting, able to get that one to fall. But down too much to come back in this game. Isabella Paoli, the junior, comes off the bench and gets one to fall off the glass. So a high point for the Titans next year, but 49-31. Springfield High over Glenwood Grays with 5, and Ashton Williams, the Air Force Comet, with 16 points. Tuesday at 7:30, the Lady Titans welcome in their rivals SHG, who the Titan girls took down over break. Now let's take our first commercial break, and we'll be right back with wrestling for Kaylee Night and GBA. Stay tuned.
We're in Aaron Rodgers' awesome man cave with Pizza Hut's big dinner box.
It's all of our favorites in one epic box.
We could do this every week.
So we're moving in.
No, you're not.
But we're still eating pizza.
Yes, we are.
Yes!
Go all in with Pizza Hut's Big Dinner Box and Pepsi. Get 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and your choice of pasta, stuffed pizza rollers, or wings for just $19.99. Order it online and score a free 2-liter Pepsi. Pizza Hut, make it great.
Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Kids, the breakfast is ready. Eat up. Your friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
Alright, see ya.
Wow, your dads are really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
Let's take a look how the Titans did against the state-ranked Beardstown Tigers. Let's take a look. Glenwood versus Beardstown. Underneath the spotlight, Sam Butler. Honored he would go for his 135th win, but right now he's a sophomore, J.D. Turner, and he would win by points, 14-1. Next matchup was Sam Butler he was at 132. And he was looking for win number 135, and there is the pin. And he says, all right, there we go. We'll win number 135 for Sam Butler. Mason Kaler, he'll win by fall. As he's a junior, bright future next year possibly to, as they lose Butler and Craig Randall. Got Mason Kaler to look forward to. And speaking of Craig Randall, another senior, here he is. He grinds out his match by points, 6-1. Titans, though, had a little blunder in the end with math, and they ended up forfeiting a match, and then they got pinned. Therefore, they lose to state-ranked Beardstown, 41-28.
I like that. The light adds a little bit of intensity to it and tension. So, you know, it was good to get everybody out there. I liked everyone that came to sports, so that was nice.
The Titans hit the mats again on the road in a quad tonight against Rochester, Southeast, and Lanphier. Now let's take a look to see how the Titan boys did in the pool in their past couple meets. Start out the milestone swim meet hosted by SHG. O'Fallon won and the Titans ended up finishing 4th. Then they also went to Normal West. Let's take a look how they did in the swim meet over there. Glenwood fared a little better, finished 2nd out of 3 teams. The Wildcats of Normal West finished 1st, Southeast 3rd. The guys' next meet is Tuesday at 4 at Eisenhower versus Southeast and Springfield. It's GBA time on the rush, and this week Team Weir got a scare against Team McCollum on Sunday. Let's take a look at the highlight. Weir versus McCollum. Start out Colin Butts to Justice Council, and he drains a 3 from the right corner. And Justice saying, well, you know what? You can do that again. As he gets this one to go off the backboard and good. McCollum got off to a heck of a start. They were ahead by 12 at the half, but now Troy Weir with a steal gets it to his big man, Gabe Phillips, Titans offensive lineman, going to Western Illinois, and he gets that one to fall off the glass. Here's another football player going to college to play football. Defensive back Greg Roberts off the glass and good. Colin Butts, a wrestler, fadeaway Jay falls, and then Nick Cock, hockey player from the right corner. That 3's good. A little pep in his step there. And then running back Donovan Hammonds gets that one off the glass and good. Phillips, no Hammonds, like, I got that. Wrestles underneath, no travel, off the backboard and good for Donovan. He led the scoring in this one. And then Butts almost loses it. They give it to Barry McCollum in the corner, yes. Score would be tied at the end of regulation, 40-40. Then Hammonds, nice spin move on Council. And again, he goes to the bank, loses his headband, but Team Weir wins the game. 44-40, that scoreboard is wrong. 44-40, Team Weir beats McCollum. Hammonds with 16, Weir added 11. There are 6 more GBA games this Sunday, tipping off at 5. Now let's take the final commercial break of the day, but stay right there for the weekly debate with News Channel 20's Krista Lander and Jeremy Rao. Stay right there.
Pizza Hut's Big Dinner Box is a mega delicious combo of our favorites in one epic box.
It's the perfect thing for game time with the guys.
I just want this moment to last forever, you know? Just all of us in the big dinner box hanging out like we're best friends.
Less talking, more eating.
Pizza Hut's Big Dinner Box and Pepsi will give you something to talk about. Get 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and your choice of pasta, stuffed pizza rollers, or wings for just $19.99. Order it online and score a free 2-liter Pepsi. Pizza Hut, make it great.
Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969. Welcome back to The Rush, and it's debate time here with News Channel 20 sports anchors Kristen Lander and Jimmy Rout. Thanks for taking time out of your schedule to come out here and debate.
Hey, no problem. I always like a good argument.
All right, well, we'll start with Lance Armstrong recently came out and said that he did use PEDs, and Kristen, we'll start with you. Is that a little too late with the apology, and can you accept it?
Well, I'm pretty sure all of us knew it in the first place, but I think it's a little too late, especially, you know, obviously he did a lot of good things for cancer with the Livestrong, but since he was more than just a cyclist, he was a brand, and he sold himself with that brand as the fact of being a world-class cyclist, and then it turns out that's not really, you know, he used performance-enhancing drugs to do it.
Main thing is I don't think he wanted his rep to go down, and but he can't take away what he did with the Livestrong business. And Jim, we'll go down to you. What do you feel about this?
Well, you talk about the Livestrong business. Obviously, that's something that was huge. There was a crazy thing, actually. This happened at a church in Australia. There was a guy who was really, really sick. Okay, he came out and he sang this song about how he was healed and all that. And years later, it came out that he faked the whole thing. But still, a lot of people were affected positively by that. So you got to look at the same thing with Lance, I think. You know, Lance lied the whole time, but how many people have been affected by Livestrong in a good way? So it kind of balances itself out. But still, I think a lot of people have bitter Lance face sipping on his lies for
especially the people, especially the people that have went and he took down and said that they were lying too. A lot of people were like, well, hey, why? Why again, it was his rep was on the line. Another guy with I guess you can call Lance Armstrong thing the host with Manti Te'o with the fake girlfriend hoax. But
Krista, actually, are you actually engaged with someone, or is that fake?
No, I really am engaged. I have a picture.
Sorry, I wanted to clear that up.
I've met him.
Okay, good deal. Anyways.
But with Manti Te'o, he did not, and it came out a couple days ago that he didn't know about it on December 6th, but it's kind of funny. Heisman comes around and he's still using that inspirational story. I think it just comes down to it. Krista will go to you, but he just really loved the attention, didn't want to let it go.
He did love the attention. You know, I thought he was in on it for a long time, and then I caught a marathon of catfish on MTV, and I'm telling you,
that stuff happens.
A lot of people get duped, and you don't realize that stuff happens more than you think. I think that he was duped. I think he did lie, though, when he found out December 6th, then he continued it. He continued to play it up for the attention.
And he thought that maybe you'll never find this out, but eventually Deadspin.com figured that out, and Jeremy, we go down to you.
Yeah, about the hoax. First of all, today we just found out, or these last couple of days, we just found out that Renato Tuiasosopo, the guy who did the whole hoax, it was actually his voice. Yeah. So
I thought it was his cousin.
That's what we thought, but it just came out that it was actually Renato Tuiasosopo's voice. So the question is was he using a voice modulator, or like Seinfeld, was he a high talker? And it worked. They had hour-long conversations. So I mean, this whole thing worked. And to be honest with you, I dated a girl long distance from California in high school. And 4 months before
it was a man.
Yeah, it was a very muscular man. But in all reality, though, I didn't meet her for 4 months. And granted, I was in high school, but when you're immature, you're saying things like, I love you and this and that. Had I found out
she was watching this?
I don't know. But either way, I did find out she was
If you
real.
guys live in Chatham, there's a possibility.
Yeah, they
I
do.
do.
Well,
I
then
found
there
out.
you go.
I found
Go to
out.
Channel 22.
Let me just say, I found out that this girl was real. I did go meet her, but I'm saying that after 4 months, I had not met her. She could have been fake, so I could see how it can happen. And with everything that's happened,
Yeah.
the phone records, I think it was a hoax, start to finish.
Okay, so now we'll go to a little more serious note with Junior Seau, who a little bit about a year ago went and took his life, and partly because they said that he had a brain trauma due to the hits he took in the NFL, and a wrongful death suit is filed by his family. And what do you take on the NFL here with what they've tried to do? It's almost like a cover-up because they want to keep the game of football and they don't want to make it less exciting, but still you got all these people coming out suing them for what has happened to them over the years.
Yeah, I think with Junior Seau, I think it's a little bit more than being hit in the head a little too many times. I think obviously he had some personal issues that he had to deal with. I do think that head trauma is a issue in the NFL. They're trying to combat that. They're trying to make changes to make it better. But you know, a lot of these guys coming out saying they can't remember things that happened 5 minutes ago because of things that happened to them. I think they do need to take more measures and get things fixed in the NFL with that. But I don't think you can attribute Junior Seau's suicide to head trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the whole NFL issue with concussions?
I guess I'm with Krista. My question is Danny, if you go to McDonald's, Krista, if you go to McDonald's, what's going to happen?
Well, I'm not going to McDonald's.
Okay, you're going to gain weight,
right?
Obviously. And a long time ago, someone sued McDonald's saying that they were gaining weight.
Right.
You go into the NFL.
Although you maintain to stay trim.
Well, I go there, 11 o'clock every night. Double cheese keeps me alive. But anyways, someone sued McDonald's and said, I'm gaining weight. If you go into the NFL, what are you going to do? You're going to hit players head on.
You know
it's really sad what happened to Seau. It's sad for the whole family. You go in knowing what's going to happen. No.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for coming on.
You got it.
A lot of interesting information in there as well. Take with you. Thanks for coming on, really. And now that's all the time we have for this week's episode of The Rush. Remember, head out to Lanphier tonight at Lober-Nika. Basketball game at 7:45, or head out to support the Titan wrestling team. That's it. We gone. Yeah.
Did we do okay? Okay.
Great.
Sorry, we talked a little.